Hey guys, we're back with JRP GameCenter Season 4, Episode 4, and today we're doing something new. For the very first time, we are repeating a game we already played during the season. It's the Stanley Parable, and that's because this game is so full of different things you can do with it. I thought it would be cool to play it and explore even more options of things that we can do. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to familiarize you really quick with the Stanley Parable if you're not really familiar with it. Basically what it is that you're a guy stuck in the office, any office, and all your co-workers seem to be missing, and you're trying to find out where they were. All the while you're walking through, there's a narrator talking in your head, telling you where to go. You can either listen to him or not listen to him. So let's continue many more options. He told us to go right. Actually, he told us to go left, but we're going to go right anyway. Here we go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Here's the lounge.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Now guys, watch. If we stay here for a few seconds, he'll continue to say more. It's really funny.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I like how the game changes based on how you play it. It's not the same every time. It's very unique.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Did he just say I have a personality issue? Ah! It's horrible.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
See? I guess I'll move on. Unless there's more. And there's no more. Alright.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Guys, we went there before, so we're not going to go there. First of all, I just want to point out this awesome Easter egg. This picture is at the very beginning of the Portal game, and they told you just to look at it. I thought that was really cool.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, I could jump off there and die.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
We're supposed to go up there, but should we go over there? I don't know.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yeah,
someone you've been neglecting. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
I don't care.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I don't want to give you a chance. Alright, let's see what we got here. Cool.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Now, should I go through the door? Or should I not go through the door?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Ready for this? Boom!
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Oh.
See? There's nothing here.
Maybe the boat
I
was
haven't
here.
even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I
Cool.
put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels
sweet.
leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Now, should I go in there or should I ignore it? I guess I'll go in there just to make him have a point. Actually, I thought when I went in that orange area before, maybe the boat from the Portal game was hidden there. It's quite an obscure reference. If you understand what I'm talking about, great. If you don't, I'm not going to bother explaining it, but that's what I thought.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now,
in the same
would you
place.
say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
This game is so different, guys. It's such a completely different experience from the first time I played it. From the last time you guys saw, that is.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Wow, that is annoying. Look at the bird.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Yeah, Jigsaw's game.
Let's see.
Do you want to play my game? You know?
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
This game is crazy, guys. He reminds me of the guy from The Matrix, Agent Smith, you know? Minecraft!
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
Well, I can't jump, for
I'll
one
say
thing.
this. I'm done making things for you.
Minecraft!
From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then... Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Now, I'm purposely not going to step inside just to spite him. Purposely do the opposite of what he says. I don't know if it has anything. Okay. Fine, go away.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. Oh, we get to move everywhere, huh? Cool. Minecraft music! This is cool. Well, we can't jump, for one thing.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
That was fun. It was like getting to play Minecraft while you're playing Stanley Parable. It's very unique, guys. There is nothing like this game. This game truly is probably one of the most interesting games I've ever played. Probably. Let's continue. Let's see what we got here. Portal! Yeah!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
The radio! That's so cool. So you can play multiple games at once. Okay.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Now watch this, guys. This is called the ultimate trick.
Genius.
Now, the cube picked it up, but watch when I put the radio there, I can make the door stuck. I can just get the radio to move. I'm trying to make the radio flat. Alright guys, I got it to stand up. I had to cut out a bunch of times, it took me forever. Alright, now watch this. Now, wait. Okay, that's right. So, if I pick up the radio, and I put the radio down in between the door, when it closes, it should stay open. I mean, it should, right? Let me make sure I got it right in the middle. Right there. Alright, let's see. Let's see if it works. Yes! Oh, that's cool. For a second, I held the door open.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble.
Whoa. Wow. My radio stopped. Wow. This place is really out of whack. Oh no! Wow. Oh, my radio's gone. Wow. This place is all messed up. What is this? I can barely see. It's so dark. Wow, what the heck? What is this? Obviously, he's supposed to say something soon. I think this is where the other test subject stays. Because see, it has all the numbers on them. I feel like the Stanley Parable is the giant thing that's controlling Portal and Half-Life and everything. It's probably one of the most compelling games I've ever played. Oh, look at this, folks. Got like a little science station here. Whatever that was. Okay, well, we've come to a dead end here, so... The narrator... There we go. I assume that did something.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
There's lots of black parts. It's silent for like a really long time. Like blackness, nothing's happening. Trust me, something's happening. Yeah. So it's reloading. I don't know how far back it'll take me. Let's see. Probably pretty far. Let's see. Yeah, it took me all the way back. I don't know. That might be it. Let's see. I don't know if I want to do more. Let's go through here. I think I want to do one more route, guys.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting
I'll do
room,
one more.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
That
it.
first set, though, was very interesting, though, guys.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now I'm going to follow them.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What do you mean, her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Now, I'm not going to pick up the phone because I'm going to unplug it and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure that when I pick up, it's supposed to be like my wife, and then I eventually find out it's not my wife, and there's a whole setup. If I don't answer the phone, nothing will happen. It'll just keep ringing, as I found out. But that part is kind of boring because there's a bunch of narration. So let's see what happens when I unplug it.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double-check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Okay. This is funny. It's so different. Like, what even is this right now? It's flickering. I don't even know if that's actually supposed to happen or not.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Not sure.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
That was funny. Oh my
welcome
god.
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Sure.
Choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I've never done this part before, guys. I'll do it. It's going longer, I know, but we'll see. I've never gone backwards before, ever. They wouldn't let me because the door would close. This is why this is different. Interesting. Never gone backwards before.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Now, I think this time I will listen to him, considering it's the end of the game. I don't want it to continue.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I have to spite him. I gotta do it, guys.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Gotta go back. Do they want me to? Oh, bye. Just to make sure a 3rd time. Alright, oh, nothing's gonna happen. Alright. Go through here. Alright, so basically, guys, the story's going to continue in there, but I think we are going to call it a day today, guys. There's so many cool, awesome things you can do with the Stanley Parable, guys. I highly recommend playing this game, and who knows, maybe I'll do a third episode sometime down the line, because this game is so amazing. There's so many things you can do with it, guys. But I really hope you enjoyed that episode. This was JP Game Center. I'll see you next Tuesday for another episode. But come back this Friday for the release of my brand new movie, Paradox. It's a super amazing movie, alright, guys? And by the way, in case you didn't forget, this Tuesday is Halloween, but I'm making an episode anyway, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.